Hi, I'm Todd Heitkamp, the owner of Dakota Angler here in Sioux Falls, South Dakota, with this week's 2-minute fishing report. Well, folks, just as we thought Old Man Winter was dead and gone, he had other things in mind, and boy, didn't we have a storm on Sunday and Monday. A lot of us saw some snow, a lot of rain, but it really made it difficult this past weekend for a lot of guys to get out and a lot of families to get out and enjoy the lake. So the fishing reports are few and far between because of the lack of people going out this past week. But the good thing is, obviously, the weather has gotten a lot better, and things should be improving dramatically as we move forward from here on out. As far as the bite is concerned, a lot of guys that were going out went to the lakes that have been producing fish the past week or two. Those lakes in the northeast include Indian Springs, Bitter, Wabae, Kempeska, Pickerel, as well as Enemy Swim. Down the southeastern part of the state, those lakes include Sinai, Ponset, Thompson, Oakwood, Henry, 81 Ponds, as well as Madison, Vermilion, Island, and Wall. A lot of those last few lakes, the best bite has been late afternoon and evening. And then as far as the Missouri River is concerned, guys are still doing fairly well, especially around the Chamberlain area. Looks like the spawn's pretty much over and done with along the Missouri River, but a lot of guys still catching fish using jigs and live bait, also pulling spinners with minnows, and then also pulling plugs have been producing a few walleyes. The Big Sioux has really quieted down the past week, and I think that's also due to the weather as well. But guys that have been fishing the lakes, what have they been using? Still a lot of jigs, as well as live bait, jigs and plastics. Also swim bait jigs along with the swim baits have been working really well. And then also guys starting to throw a few crankbaits into the shallow water. But again, it seems to be right now the live bait's doing the trick. And as far as the crappie bite is concerned, that continues to do fairly well when guys have been able to get on the lakes. And then those lakes include Thompson, as well as Sinai and Ponset. And what have they been using? As I mentioned last week, the shiny hiney by far has been catching more crappies and more other game fish, such as walleyes, than any other jig that we have right now. So again, if you haven't seen the new shiny hiney, stop on by and take a look. Folks, in this week's version of Todd's Tackle Tips, we're going to talk about boating and boat safety, as well as state law. There are a lot of things that people don't realize, and also that honestly, when you think about taking your boat out of storage, there are a lot of things that could have happened over the winter time that you may not realize until it's too late once you're out in the water. So the first thing is to inspect your boat, make sure that everything's working properly, such as your live well and bilge pumps. If they're not working properly, we have pumps to help replace that and to get it back into working shape. Otherwise, take a look at your fuel lines again, and we have plenty of replacement fuel lines on hand here at the store, such as one that's universal no matter what type of motor you use. So those are the quick things, as well as your drain plug. Make sure that that's working properly, and remember, we have a special type of drain plug here at the store that you do not have to remove, that it will drain automatically for you, that you don't have to constantly take it out and put it in. And remember, state law requires you to remove that drain plug once you leave that boat ramp area. So again, keep that in mind. Also, one thing that a lot of people don't wear often enough, and that is your life jackets. Your life jackets, check to make sure that they still fit, and that everyone in your family still fits in their life jacket, and it's rated properly for their age and their weight. If someone has gained a little bit more weight, let them know in a nice way that that life jacket may not fit anymore, and you need to go in and get a new one. And we have plenty of life jackets on hand, as well as the traditional ones, as well as the inflatable ones. And the inflatable life jacket, honestly, is the one I use because, number one, it's more comfortable to me. Also, the fact that it doesn't make me sweat in the middle of a hot summer day. And because you're using it all the time and wearing it all the time, you want it to be comfortable. So make sure that that life jacket still fits and it's comfortable and fits your needs when you're out there. Also, state law requires you to have a throw cushion, and we have plenty of them on hand. As you can see here, they're blue and red and they're cheap, and again, they're part of state law, so make sure that you have them on hand. And then the other thing is, make sure your horn's working properly. If your horn don't have a horn in your boat, you can have a whistle or a blowhorn, and we have all of that on hand here at the store. If you're looking for other boating items such as anchors, throw rope, you name it, stop on by here at the store and we'll make sure you get set up. If you have any questions, feel free to give us a call at 605-336-9132. Now it's time to take a look at a few photos that you sent in to me this past week. And remember, folks, if you'd like your photo included in next week's version of the 2-Minute Fishing Report, please send the photo to me. Send it to todd@dakotaangler.com or post it to our Facebook wall. And if I use your photo, your name will be entered into a monthly drawing for a $25 gift certificate. And before we end this week's report, I want to remind you of a few things. First off is make sure you have your new license, your 2017 fishing license. There's been a lot of people that have been caught lately that haven't got their license or forgotten about it or anything like that. So the main thing is, remember, all licenses end January 31st. So if you don't have your 2017 license, stop by here at the store and we'll make sure we get that license for you before you head out the next time. And also, folks, if you're a non-resident, a lot of confusion out there about the family license. If you buy a non-resident family license, you can only have one limit. You share the limit. If you want 2 separate limits, you have to have 2 separate licenses. So keep that in mind. And also, if your child has turned 16, they need a license immediately when they turn 16. Below 16 or younger than 16, they don't need a license. If you have any questions about that, feel free to give us a call here at the store. Our phone number here is 605-336-9132. Well, folks, that's this week's version of the 2-Minute Fishing Report. For Dakota Angler, I'm the owner, Todd Heitkamp, and as we say around here, fish on! We'll see you next time, and again, thanks for watching.